Good morning, dear students. My name is Ferhan Mazher, and the subject today we are studying is Cambridge O-Levels Mathematics. The name of this subject is Mathematics Syllabus D. We also call it D Maths. And the code for this subject is 4024. Today we have selected one of its paper 2, and for this purpose we have selected October-November 2018 2 paper. This paper 2 belongs from the zone 2. And the time allowed for this paper is 2 hours and 30 minutes, and the calculator is allowed in this paper. In this video, I'm going to present you the solution of this paper. And I will try my best to provide you with the solution, the procedures, the concepts. And I hope you will enjoy this video. So let's start, and here we go. So here we have October-November 2018 2 paper. The time allowed is 2 hours 30 minutes. The calculator is allowed in this paper. The total marks for this paper are 100. So the question number 1 is showing up on your screen. So it says A part, question number 1, A part. Kamal earned a total of $32,500 in 2017. He paid 9% of this amount into his pension. He paid 22% tax on the remainder of his earnings. Calculate the amount left after paying his pension and his tax. So first of all, I will calculate 9% of the 32,500, and that will, the money will go into the pension. From this 32,500, I will subtract that money, and on the remaining money there will be 22% tax. So the pension is 9 by 100, multiply 32,500, that is $2,925. The remainder money after the pension is taken out, that will be 32,500 minus 2,925, and that will be $29,575. So on this remainder money we will have tax, and the tax is 22%. So 22 by 100 of the 29,575, and that will be $6,506.5. So after paying that tax, from this remainder money, when I will subtract this tax, the remaining money will be $23,068.5. So this is how you will solve this. I hope you understand. $23,068.5 is the right answer, sir. So hopefully this is question number 1. It's A part, and I hope you understand. Okay. So question number 1, it's B part. He says Kamal invested $1,200 in a saving account, paying 1.8% per year compound interest. He left the money in the account for 5 years. Calculate the amount of money in the account at the end of 5 years. Give your answer correct to the nearest cents. Okay, so it's a 3 marks question. So you know the compounded amount. The formula for the compounded amount is the CA is a compounded amount is equals to P bracket start 1 plus R divided by 100 bracket close raised to power T. T means how much time periods have passed. So because the rate is 1.8% per year, and after 5 years, we have to calculate how much is the amount of money in the account. So the principal amount which they invested is 1,200. So the P is 1,200, R is 1.8, and T is 5 years. So just put those values into that formula. So, and just enter them in your calculator. 1,200 bracket start 1 plus 1.8 divided 100 bracket close raised to power 5 equals to, and you will get $1,311.96. $1,311.96 is the right answer, sir. I hope you understand. Okay, question number 1, and it's C part. He says Kamal also invested some money in a different savings account for 5 years. This account paid 2.1% per year simple interest. So now they talk about simple interest, okay? At the end of 5 years, there was $828.75 in the account. Calculate the amount of money he invested in this account. So now I know the amount after the 5 years, and the principal amount which he invested is the question. The amount is equal to the principal plus the interest. This is the famous formula for the simple interest. Amount is equals to the principal plus the interest. So the amount will be equals to principal plus interest. Simple interest is formula is PRT by 100. So P is basically the question here. So amount at the end of 5 years is 828.75. P is the question plus P into R is 2.1 and the time is 5 years. So divided by 100. So when I take LCM here, so it will be 100P plus 10.5P divided by 100. So it will become 110.5P divided by 100 equals to 828.75. So when you make P alone, so the 100 will go there and multiply, and 110.5 will go on the other side and it will divide there. So on your calculator, you will write 828.75 multiply 100 divided by 110.5 equals to, and you will get $750. So the principal amount they invested in this simple interest is $750. $750 is the answer, sir. This is the right answer. I hope you understand. This is the solution. Okay, question number 1, and it's D part, and it's a 3 marks question. He says the exchange rate between dollars and the pound is that $1 is equal to 0.72 pounds. The exchange rate between dollars and euros is that $1 is equal to 1.1 euro. Kamal has $275. He changes part of the $275 into pounds and receive 79.20 pounds. He changes the remaining dollars into euros. Calculate the amount of money he receives in euros. Okay, so basically the exchange rate between the dollars and the pounds is given. He got $79.20. So from there, I will try to find out how many dollars they converted into pounds. Once I know that amount of the dollar from $275, I will subtract that amount of the dollars, and then I will convert those dollars into euros, the remaining dollars into euros. So let me show you. Okay, so here we have. Okay, so so here we go. So the dollars and the pounds, $1 is equals to 0.72 pounds, and they have got 79.20 pounds. So how many dollars they have converted? So I'm using the method of proportionality. So 1 by x is equal to 0.72 divided by 79.20. So the x will be equals to 79.20 divided by 0.72, and that is $110. So he originally has $275, so that means he has converted $110 into pounds. So the remaining dollars he's left with is $165. He converted the remaining dollars into euros. So we know that the exchange rate between the dollars and the euros is $1 is 1.10 euro. So if you convert $165 into euros, so how much euros you will get? Let me say it y. Okay, so 1 divided by 165 is equals to 1.10 divided by y. Cross multiply. So y will be equals to 165 multiply 1.10, and that will be 181.5 euros. 181.5 euros. 181.5 euros is the right answer, sir. This is how this is done. I hope you understand. So we are going to the next question, and the next question on your screen is question number 2. He says, Lim grows tomatoes. The masses m grams of 200 of her tomatoes are recorded. The cumulative frequency table shows the results. So the masses, the tomatoes which are less than of 80 grams, they are 0, less than of 100 grams, they are 20, less than 110 grams, they are 48, less than 120 grams, they are 112 tomatoes, and less than 130 grams, there are 158 tomatoes, less than 140 grams, there are 184 tomatoes, and less than 160 grams, there are 200 tomatoes. So on the grid, draw cumulative frequency diagram. So let me show you this. Okay. So on the grid, draw cumulative frequency diagram to represent these results. So here I have to represent, here on the y-axis, we have the cumulative. Here we have the cumulative frequency. Here we have the masses in grams. So very simple, I will, I will plot them. So at 80, you will put a dot of 0. On 100, you will put a dot of 20. At 110, you will put a dot of 48. At 120, you will put a dot of 112. And for 130 kg, you will gram, sorry, you will put a dot of 158. And 140 gram, you will put a dot of 184. At 160, you will put a dot of 200. So I will plot these points here. And once I will plot these points, then I will get this shape. So you see when you plot them, so I plotted those points here, and you can see when you have plotted these points, and then you join them with each other, you will get this cumulative frequency curve. So you will get this cumulative frequency curve. So very simple, straightforward question. So you have to plot those points, and then you will get this shape. Okay. Then their question is find the B part of the question number 2. He says use your diagram to estimate the median. So if you want to find out the median, the method is very simple. The total cumulative here is 200. So I will first of all find the 50% of that 200, and that will be 100. So I will check the 100 on the y-axis. From there, I will go to the graph, that cumulative frequency curve. And when it will intersect the cumulative frequency curve, I will check what is the value of the mass under that point. And that is, I think, 118, I think. So the median will be 118. 118. So this is the procedure which we do. Then we use this diagram to find the median. So median is 118, and that answer is right. I hope you understand. Okay, then their question is find question number 2. It's B part and its second portion. We have to find the interquartile range. The interquartile range is basically the third quartile minus the first quartile. So third quartile is basically, this is 200, find 75% of this, and that will be 150. So on the y-axis, I will check where is the 150. From there, I will go to the cumulative frequency curve, and when it will intersect it, I will check what is the value here. This is approximately, I think, 128. So that is Q3, approximately 128. And then I will find out, so the Q3 is 128. Then I will find out the first quartile, that is called Q1. And the first quartile will be 25% of this total cumulative. So that will be 25% of the 200, and that will be 50. So on the y-axis, where the cumulative frequency is, I will go find 50. From there, I will go to the cumulative frequency curve. When I will intersect the cumulative frequency curve, from there, I will go on the x-axis and check what is the value below here. And that is approximately, I think, 110 or maybe 111. Yeah. And then, the Q3 is 128, Q1 is 111. So the interquartile range, that is Q3 minus Q1. So what is Q3? That is 128. What is Q1? That is 111. So when you will subtract them, you will get 17. So the interquartile range, the difference between the third quartile and the first quartile, that will be 17. So the interquartile range is approximately 17. They say it should be from 14 to 18. Our answer is 17, which is right. So I hope you understand this. This is that graph, and this is the main work we have done. Okay. Then we have question number 2. It's C part. He says Ravi also grows tomatoes. The masses of 200 of his tomatoes are recorded. For Ravi's tomatoes, the median mass was 124 gram, and the interquartile range of the masses was 12 gram. Make 2 comments comparing the masses of the tomatoes grown by Lim and with those grown by Ravi. You know, the median for the Ravi is 124 gram, and the median for the Ravi is 124 gram, and the median for the Kim limb, sorry, limb is 118. So the median for the Ravi is a larger mass. So we can say the is tomatoes are larger. And another thing I can tell you is that because the interquartile range of Ravi is 12 grams, whereas the interquartile range for the limb is 17. So because the interquartile range of the Ravi is smaller, so it means that whenever the interquartile range is smaller, it means the things there are consistent. They are more consistent. They do not have that much variation in them. So masses of Ravi's tomatoes are more consistent. Most of them are approximately of the same mass. Okay, so my answers are that Ravi tomatoes has larger mass as compared to limbs tomatoes because they have larger, what do you say, median, and masses of Ravi's tomatoes are more consistent because they have smaller interquartile range. So these are my answers. C part, the answers are showing up on your screen. You can pause the video, take your time with this. Okay, so we are going to the next part. Here we have, he says, question number D, question number 2D is first part. He says, complete the frequency table for the masses of the tomatoes grown by the limb. So if you want to find out, this is the frequency table we already have. So check what is the cumulative frequency at 100, what is the cumulative frequency at 80, then subtract both those cumulative frequencies from each other. You will get the frequency for that class. So check what is the cumulative frequency for 110 and what is the cumulative frequency for 100, and then subtract both the cumulative frequencies from each other, and you will get 28. In the same way, I hope you understand what I'm saying. So check what is the, for example, if I want to do this, I will check what is the cumulative frequency for 130 and what is the cumulative frequency for 120. So for 130, it is 158, and for 120, it is 112. So from 158, subtract 112, you will get the frequency for that class. So this is the way we will do that. Okay. So in the same way for, let's say I want to find out the frequency for the class from 130 to 140. So I will check what is the cumulative frequency for 140. What is the cumulative frequency for 130? So for 140, it is 184. And for 130, it is 158. So from 184, I will subtract 158, and I will get 26. In the same way, I will find out what is the cumulative frequency for 160 and what is the cumulative frequency for 140. And then I will subtract both of them from each other, and you will get 16. That is already given, sorry. And so this table is completed. So our answers are 46 and 26. 46 and 26 is the right answer, sir. Okay, so this is how you do it. Then the question is, write down the model class. Model class is that class which has the highest frequency. So the highest frequency is where? Here. So the model class is, its frequency is 64. So this is the model class, which is the highest frequency. The class is from 110 to 120. So this class is the model class. Okay. Now, let me show you the model class. Okay, so this is done. Okay, now we are on this part, question number, this is question number D, and its third part. He says, calculate an estimate for the mean mass of these tomatoes. So if you want to find out the mean mass of these tomatoes, so this table is given there. So very easily, I know the frequency, I know this class. So I will find out the mid value of the each class. How you find the mid value? You add up both the boundaries, and whatever the answer comes, you divide it with the 2. You get the mid values. And you call those mid values X. So the mid value for this class will be 90. For this class, it will be 105. For this class, it is 115. For next class, it is 125. For the next class, it is 135. And for the next class, it is 150. So here I have written those mid values. Here is the frequency from here, the frequency of each mid value for each class, you can say. And then the first one, the mid values are x, the frequency is f, so I will multiply f and x. So 90 multiplied 20, that is 1800, 105 multiplied 28, that is 2940, 115 multiplied 64, that's 7360, 125 multiplied 46, that is 5750, 135 multiplied 26, and that is 3510, and 150 multiplied 16, that is 2400. So the mean is summation fx divided by summation f. This is the formula for finding the mean. So you will add up all the fx, and that will be 23,760. And in the same way, summation f means you add up all the frequencies, that is 20 plus 28 plus 64 plus 46 plus 26 plus 16, and that will be 200. So summation fx divided by summation f, that is 23,760 divided by 200, and that will be 118.8. So 118.8 is the right answer. I hope you understand this is how this is done. This is, so that was question number 2, and now we are going to question number 3. So here we have question number 3. He says express as a single fraction in its simplest form. We have 3 divided by y minus 1, then we have minus 5 divided by y plus 6. So I will take the LCM, and in LCM both of these denominators will come, and from there we will be able to do this. Okay, so I will take the LCM, both of these denominators will come in the LCM. So this when you divide this LCM with this denominator, this and this will be cancelled. This y plus 6 will multiply with the 3. Then you will divide this LCM with this second denominator, y plus 6 will be cancelled. Then this y minus 1 will be left, that will multiply with minus 5. So when you open this, you will get 3y plus 18 minus 5y plus 5. And in the denominator, you will have still those y minus 1 and y plus 6. So 3y minus 5y, that will be minus 2y, and 18 plus 5, that is 23. So you will have 23 minus 2y divided by, and in the denominator, we have two brackets, y minus 1 and y plus 6. So this is how this is solved. I hope you understand. And here we go. This is the right answer, sir. This is the solution. And let's go to the next part. Question number 3, B part. Here we have simplify. We have a fraction. And in the denominator, we have in the numerator, sorry, we have 2v square minus 5v minus 12. And in the denominator, you have v square minus 16. So you know 16 is a perfect square. V square is also perfect square. This is v square minus 4 square. And this upper thing, I will do the midterm breaking. I will multiply the extreme terms, then I will write its factors. So you can see here. So when you multiply the extreme terms in the numerator, you will get 24. 2 multiplied 12, that's 24. So I write the factors of the 24. They are 1 into 24, 2 into 12, 3 into 8, and 4 into 6. Because with the third term, we have negative sign. So I'm looking for that pair, which by subtraction will give me minus 5. So 3 and 8 is that pair because I want minus 5. So with the larger number, 8, which is 8, I will write negative, and with the smaller number, which is 3, I will write positive. This will give me minus 5. So I will write here 2v square minus 8v plus 3v minus 12. Downstairs, I will write v square minus 4 square. So these are two perfect square and negative between them. So it will become v plus 4, v minus 4. Upstairs, you will have, I will take 2v common from the first two terms and 2v bracket v minus 4. From the last two terms, I will take plus 3 common. So in the bracket, I will have v minus 4. So now this v minus 4 in the numerator will be common, and in the other bracket, we will have 2v plus 3. Downstairs, we have this. So this v minus 4 and v minus 4 will be cancelled. So you are left with the 2v plus 3, and in the denominator, you will have v plus 4. 2v plus 3 divided by v plus 4. So our answer is right, sir. This is the solution. Let's go to the next part. Question number 3, and it's a C part. He says, solve. So we have 3 bracket start x square plus 3 bracket close equals to 11x. Show your working and give your answer correct to 3 significant figures. So simply just open this bracket, simplify it, and bring them on the same side and arrange them. And then you can apply the quadratic formula. Okay, so let me show you. This is how this is done. So you will have, when you open that bracket, you will have 3x, that 3 is multiplying with both the terms in that bracket. So you will have 3x squared plus 9 equals to 11x. So 3x squared minus 11x plus 9 is equal to 0. So the A is 3, B is minus 11, and C is 9. You know the quadratic formula, x is equals to minus b plus minus under root. And under the under root, we have b squared minus 4ac. And in the denominator, you will have 2a. Just substitute the value of the a, b, and the c. And when you do this and you do the calculation, so you will have at the end, so you can see minus into minus 11 plus minus under root minus 11 square and minus 4 into 3 into 9. And in the denominator, you have 2 into 3. So you will have 11 plus minus under root 13 divided by 6. So there are two options. One is 11 plus under root 13 equals to divided by 6 equals to, and that will be 2.43. The other option is 11 minus under root 13 equals to divided by 6 equals to, and that will be 1.23. So your answer, there we got two answers, 1.23 and 2.43. 1.23 and 2.43 is the answer, sir. So the marking scheme is showing up on your screen. You can see our answers are right. This is how this is done. Now we are on question number 4. It's a part. He says Anna drives 45 kilometers to work each day. One day she drives the first 25 kilometers at an average speed of 82 kilometers per hour. She takes 36 minutes to drive the remaining distance. Calculate her average speed in kilometers per hour for the whole journey. You see, whenever you want to find out the total, whenever you want to find out the average speed for the whole journey, we need two things: the total distance traveled divided by the total time taken. So now you can divide this distance into two portions. In the first portion, he traveled 25 kilometers at a speed of 82 kilometers per hour. So from here, from these two numbers, I can find out the time taken for this first portion. The time taken for the remaining 20 kilometers is 36 minutes. So I know once I know the time for the first portion, and I already know the time for the second portion, that is 36 minutes. Then I will know the total time taken for this journey, and the average speed will be the total distance traveled, which will be 45 kilometers divided by the total time taken, and I will be able to find out the average speed. Okay, so here we go. So the time 1 will be distance 1 divided by the speed 1, that is 25 kilometers divided by 82 kilometers per hour, and that will be 0.305 hours. The time taken for the second portion is 36 minutes, but I will convert this into hours. For that purpose, I will divide it with the 60, and you will get 0.6 hours. 36 divided by 60, and that is 0.6 hours. So the average speed is the total distance traveled divided by the total time taken. The total distance traveled is 45. The total time taken is T1 plus T2, 0.305 hours plus 0.6 hours, and that will be 0.905 hours. So 45 kilometers divided by 0.905 hours. So the total, so the average speed will be 49.7 kilometers per hour. 49.7 kilometer per hour, and that answer is right. You can look at the marking scheme, and this is how it is done. I hope you understand. So we are going to the next question. That is question number 4, and it's B part. Anna's journey home is 47 kilometers. Correct to the nearest kilometer. Nearest kilometer means 1 kilometer. You divide it with the 2. You will get 0.5 kilometer, and you can add this into 47 kilometer. You will get the upper bound. From 47 kilometers, if you subtract 0.5 kilometers, you will get the lower bound of the distance. One day, her journey home takes 65 minutes. Correct to the nearest 5 minutes. So this is correct to the 5 minutes. So I will divide 5 minutes with the 2, you get 2.5 minutes. So when you add in the 65, 2.5 minutes, you will get the upper bound. That will be 67.5 minutes. And from 65, if you subtract 2.5 minutes, you will get, I think, 62.5. and that will be the lower bound of the time. Calculate the upper bound of her average speed in kilometer per hour for the whole for the journey home. So we have to find out the upper bound of the speed. So if you want to find out the upper bound of the speed, the speed is equal to distance divided by time, because you want the upper bound of the average speed. So, and you get it by dividing the distance with the time. So distance upper bound will be taken and times lower bound will be taken. So the distance upper bound will be 47.5 kilometer, and the times lower bound will be 62.5 minutes. So when you divide 47.5 kilometer with 62.5 minutes, you get 0.776 kilometer per minute. But we want the speed in kilometer per hour. So because this speed is kilometer per minute, so convert it into kilometer per hour, you will have to multiply it with the 60. So 0.76 kilometer per minute multiply 60, that will become 45.6 kilometer per hour. 45.6 kilometer per hour. 45.6 kilometer per hour is the right answer, sir. I hope you understand this whole system, the whole question. The solution is showing up on your screen. You can pause the video, and if you want to take more time, you can take more time. I hope you understand. So question number 4 and its C part. He says the probability that the Anna arrives at work on time or early on any given day is 5/8. Calculate the probability that she is late on both Monday and Tuesday. So if arriving on time is 5/8, so out of 8, sorry, 5 is the chances that she will be on time, and if she will be late, that will be 3/8. 3/8. Out of 8, 3 chances are that she will be late. So he wants us to find out the probability that on Monday and Tuesday, both days, she is late. So because he's asking you to find out the probability of the late, late. So it will be 3/8 multiplied 3/8, and that is 9/64. 9/64 is the answer, sir. And 9/64 is the right answer, sir. This is how this is done. Okay, so we are on the next question, and that is question number 5. He says AC and BD are diameters of the circle center O. So they are basically the diameter of the circle. AC is a diameter, BD is a diameter of the circle center. Okay, AC is 12. So that means the radius is 6. This is also 6. This is 6. And this is also 6. Okay, the AOB angle is 103 degrees. So calculate the area of the triangle AOB. You know, this triangle AOB is 2 sides are given, and the angle between them is also, the included angle is given 130 degree. So if you want to find out the area of this triangle, the method is very simple. 1/2 AB sine theta. So this is how you find the area of this triangle. So 1/2 into OA into OB into sine of the angle AOB. So 1/2 into 6 into 6 into sine 130. So that is 13.8. So 13.8 is the answer, sir. Question number 5, and it's a part. And my answer is 13.8. So 13.8 is the right answer, sir. This is how this is done, the first part. Question number 5, and it's B part. He says calculate the area of the sector AOD. So they want me to find out the area of the sector AOD, this sector. Okay, so first of all, I need to find out this angle. This is a straight line. This angle is 130. So this angle will be 180 minus 130, and that will be 50. So once I know this angle is basically how much? 50 degrees. Okay, so this angle is 50 degrees. So if you want to find out the area of this sector, the method is very simple. The area of the sector, the area of the sector is theta by 360 pi r square. The radius of this sector is 6. So 50 divided by 360 multiply pi multiply 6 square, and that will be 15.7 centimeter square. So the area of that sector is 15.7, and that is right answer, sir. This is how it is solved. So hopefully you understand. Okay, now the C part is, he says, calculate the percentage of the area of the circle that is shaded. So if you want to find out the area of that shaded portion, so this triangle plus these two triangles are same. So this triangle plus this triangle, and I want this segment. So how you find this area? From this sector, subtract this triangle's area, you will get the area of this segment. And this segment, they both are same. So the method is very simple. Area 1, let me show you. This is area 2, this is area 2, this is area 1, this is area 1. We already know this triangle, so this triangle is also same. So area 2 is the question actually. So area 1 we already know is 13.8. Area 2 will be from the area of the sector, subtract the area of that triangle. The area of that triangle is 1 by 2 into 6 into 6 into sine of the 50. So you will have 15.7 minus 13.8, that is 1.9 centimeter square. So the area of this full circle is pi r square. So the radius of that circle is 6, so pi r square, so pi into 6 square, that is 113.1 centimeter square. So the area of that full circle is 113.1 centimeter square. The shaded area will be a 2 times a1 plus 2 times a2. So that is 2 multiply 13.8 plus 2 multiply 1.9, and that will be 31.4 centimeter square. So if you want to convert this into the percentage, you know the method is very simple. And shaded area divided by the area of the circle, multiply 100. So the shaded area is 31.4 divided by 113.1 multiply 100. So it will be 27.8%. So the shaded area is 27.8%. So the whole solution is showing up on your screen. And here we have the solution, 27.7% is the right answer, sir. So this is the solution. This is the solution basically. Hopefully you understand. So we are going to the next part and we are done with this. Okay. So we are going to the next question. That is a 1 mark A part. Question number 6. Zara fences off a piece of land next to a wall to make a vegetable garden. So here you have a wall, and next to it you have made a vegetable garden, and this is the fence she have put. So this is width, length, and width. Okay. The garden is a rectangle with the wall as one side of the rectangle. The area of the garden is 18 square meters. The width of the garden is X meters, and the total length of the fencing required for the garden is Y meters. Show that the total length of the fencing is 2x plus 18 by x. Okay. Now, it's a very famous trick. The area of this rectangle is given, and I know the width. I can find out the length. Okay. This width will be also how much? It is x. Okay, so you know the area is length multiply width, so x multiply length will be equals to 18. So the length will be 18 divided by x. So the width is x and the length is 18 by x. So the total length of the fencing will be width plus length plus width. So let me show you, I have done this. Okay. So the width is x, the area is 18 meters square, so the length is question, the area is length into width. So 18 is equals to length into the x, so the length will be 18 by x. Now the fence, the fence required there, that is length plus 2 width. Length is 18 by x and the width is x, so 2 multiply x. So you will have 2x plus 18 by x. This is what they have asked us to show. So this is how you will show it. And this is question number 18, question number 6, sorry. A part. Now we have question number 6 and its B part, its first portion. He says complete the table for y is equals to 2x plus 18 divided by x. So you have to complete that. The different x values are given and their y value is missing here. So because it's very simple, its calculator is allowed. So here in this formula, you will substitute with the x with these values. So first of all, I will substitute x with 1, then I will substitute x with the 2, then I will substitute x with the 9. So whatever the answer I get, I will write in these empty boxes. So here you can see 2 into 1 plus 18 divided by 1, and that will be equals to 20. So I will write 20 here, then 2 into 2 plus 18 divided by 2, and that will be 13. So I'll write 13 in this box. Then I will put x as 9. So 2 into 9 plus 18 divided by 9, and that will be 20. So I will write 20 here. 20, 13, and 20. So our answers are right. So question number 6b and its second portion, he says on the grid, draw the graph of y is equals to 2x plus 18 by x for x greater than equals to 1 and less than or equals to 9. So I will have to plot those points here. So what I will do, I will plot those points here. Okay, so this is the y values, the length. I'm sorry for the disconnection. This happens frequently here. So I was on this B second part, so I will have to plot these points on that given grid. And 1, 20, 2, 13, 3, 12, 4, 12.5, 5, 13.6, 6, 15, 7, 16.6, 8, 18.3, and 9, 20. So I will plot these points on this grid. So you can see I plotted these points here. And then I have joined them with a smooth curve, and you can see I will get this as kind of sign of Nike. And this is how this is done. Okay. So hopefully you understand. Then he says, use your graph to find the two possible widths of garden if 14 meter of the fencing is used. The length of the fencing is represented on the y-axis. So on the y-axis, I will check where is the 14. And from that, I will go to the grid. And once I will do that, from 14, I will draw this line. The y value is 14, so I've drawn this line. It cuts my graph at two places. Wherever it cuts my main graph, I will check what is the x value below it. It's approximately 1.8, and this value is 5.4, I think. So 1.8 and 5.4. The use your graph to find two possible widths. Width is x, so the x value is 1.8 and 5.4 when the length of the fencing is 14. Length of the fencing is on the y-axis, okay? Hopefully you understand this, and so our answers are almost right. Okay, then their question is the D part. He says the fencing cost, $20 per meter. Find the minimum amount it will cost Zara to build the fence. So I will check where is the minimum width. The minimum fence is here somewhere. This is the minimum length of the fence, and that is approximately 12 meters. So if the minimum length of the fence is 12 meters, the cost of the 1 meter is $20. So the total cost of this minimum, so the minimum cost will be 12 multiplied 20, and that is $240. So the minimum length, the cost of the fencing will be $240. He says the D and its second part. Zara wants to spend no more than $350 on the fence. Find the greatest possible width of the garden Zara can make. Okay, so because 1 meter fence costs you $20, so $350, I will check how much is the length of the fence. The length of the fence is 350 divided by 20, and that is 17.5 meter. So now I know the length of the fence, so it is 17.5 meter. So from this graph, I will check the length of the fence, 17.5. I will draw this line. When it cuts my graph, I will check what is the value of the x there. The value of the x when the length of the fence is, x is the width of the fence actually. The total length of the fence is 17.5. So the width can be 1 point, I think it is 1.3 meters, and or it is here it is 7.6 maybe 7.6, yeah, 7.5 meters. So the greatest possible width here we have x is the width of that fence and that garden actually. So it is either 1.3 meter or 7.5 meters. So I will take the greatest possible width, and that is 7.5 meters. 7.5 meters is the right answer, sir. So this is how this is done. I hope you understand this last part. Okay, so here we have question number 7. Triangle A is drawn on the grid. Transformation P is represented by this matrix. The matrix is -2, 0, 0, -2. P maps the triangle A onto the triangle B. Draw and label the triangle B. Okay. So my the object here is this triangle A. I will take its 3 vertices. I will note down their coordinates, and then I will multiply the transformation matrix with this these coordinates, and I will get the coordinates of the image. Let me show you how this is done. So here we go. So the image is equal to the transformation matrix multiply the object. This is the equation. The transformation matrix is given -2, 0, 0, -2. The object, I will note down the coordinates of these 3 points, which are the vertices of the triangle A. 2, 1, 2, 3, 3, 1. So 2, 1, 2, 3, 3, 1. This is x, this is y, this is x, this is y. So from here, I will take the rows. From here, I will take the columns. I will multiply them. First row multiply with the first column, then the first row multiply with the second column, then the first row multiply with the third column. Then this second row will multiply with the first column, second row will multiply with the second column, then this second row will multiply with the third column, and I will write it answers here. So you can see the answer will be -4, -2, -4, -6, -6, -2. So these are the coordinates of the image. So I will plot these points on that grid, and you can see here, I plotted these points here. So this is the triangle B. This is how you will find this. Let me show you the answers. So -4, -2, -6, -2, -4, -6. So our answers are right. Then their question is describe fully the single transformation P. So I will be able to tell the single transformation. Now A by the P, the A went on to B. So you can see clearly that the diagram has become larger. So that means it's an enlargement. Okay, so I will join the corresponding points from the image and the object with each other. And you see, I will join this point with the corresponding point here. I will join this point with the corresponding point here. I will join this point with the corresponding, which is this point. So where these lines intersect, that is the center of the enlargement. So 0, 0 is the center of the enlargement. Because the image and the object are on the opposite sides of the center of enlargement, so this scale factor is negative. So the P is enlargement and scale factor is negative. Now the question is, how much is the scale of the enlargement. So I can take aside from the image, and I can divide with the corresponding side of the object, and that will give me the scale factor. So for example, this side it's 2, and this side, the corresponding side in the object, is 1. So image side divided by the object side, and that will give me the scale factor. So that scale factor is 2 divided by 1, that is 2, but I will write negative with it. I hope you understand what I'm saying. So the P is basically enlargement, and the center of the enlargement is 0, 0, and the scale factor is -2. Enlargement center 0, 0, scale factor -2. I hope you understand how this is done, and you can see on the graph, this is how we found it. Then he says, write down the ratio of the area of the triangle A and the area of the triangle B, because this is enlargement, and in the case of the enlargement, you know, the area of the 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 image is k square the area of the object. So because the scale factor is 2, so it will be 1:2 square, because the area of the object ratio area of the image, the scale factor is 2, so it will be 1:k square. So it will be 1:2 square, and it will be 1:4. So the area between them is, the ratio between the area of the object and the area of the image is 1:4. 1:4 is the right answer, sir. Hopefully you understand. Okay, then in the question number 7 is B part, he says the transformation Q is represented by the matrix 1, 0, 0, -1. Q maps the triangle B onto triangle C. Draw and label the triangle. So it's very simple, straightforward question. You know, the image is equal to the transformation matrix multiplied the object. The transformation matrix is 1, 0, 0, -1. The object is triangle B. Its coordinates are -4, 2, -4, -2, sorry, -4, -6, and -6 and -2. So we have taken the three vertices there, the three vertices of the triangle B, and I've noted down their coordinates, and I've written them as the object matrix, the matrix of the object. Okay, so I will multiply from here. I will take the row from here. I will take the column. First row multiply with the first column, then first row multiply with the second column, then the first row multiply with the third column, then the second row will multiply with the first column, then the second row will multiply with the second column, then the second row will multiply with the third column, and I will write their answers like this. So the image, its coordinates will be -4, 2, -4, 6, -6, and 2. So then I will plot this on the grid, and you can see I have plotted it. So I will have -4, 2, -6, 2, -4, 6. So this is the triangle C. So the B has been mapped onto the C, and this is how this is done. I hope you understand. Okay, then their question is, so we are done with the B part. Now we have the C part. He says, the transformation Y is represented with 1, 0, 0, 3. Y maps the triangle A onto triangle B. Find the matrix that represents the transformation that maps the triangle D onto triangle A. So the transformation matrix, which is used to transformation of A onto B, is this one. So I want to find out the transformation matrix which will do the transformation from D to A. So I want the inverse of this. So if you want to find the inverse of this matrix, you will have to find its determinant. Then you will have to find out its adjoint. And then you know the inverse of this function will be 1 by determinant into the adjoint. So the determinant of the y, the determinant of the y will be 1 multiplied 3 minus 0 multiplied 0, and that will be 3. Adjoint will be, you will switch the places, the location of these two elements along this diagonal, and you will change the sign of these two, because these two are 0, 0, so they don't have sign. So the adjoint will be 3, 0, 0, 1, and the y inverse will be 1 by y determinant into the adjoint of the y. So it will be 1 by 3 into 3001. So it is 1001 by 3. So this is how this is done. 1001 by 3. 1001 by 3 is the right answer, sir. So our answer is right. This is how this is done. Hopefully you understand. Now we are on question number 8. So here a grid is given, a line is drawn here. Its y-intercept is 2 and it has a positive slope. The line 2y is equals to x plus 4 is drawn on the grid. Question number question number 8, it's A part, its first portion. On the grid, draw the line x plus y plus 2 equals to 0. So I will make y is equals to minus x minus 2. So I will make a small table for this. So y is equals to minus x minus 2. So in the place of x, I will substitute 0, 1, 2, and 3. So I will get the values of the y for those values of the x. That will be minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5. So then I will plot these points. So these points are, what are these points? These points are 0, comma minus 2 and 1, comma minus 3 and 2, comma minus 4. Then I will join these points and I will get this line. So this is that line. So this is question number 8A, first part. Then he says the second part of the A portion, and the region R is represented by these three inequalities. So you have this line which is already drawn there. You can see here the crocodile's mouth is towards the Y, so you will have to remain above this line because the crocodile's mouth is towards Y. So you will have to remain above this line. And in this line, the crocodile's mouth is towards Y, so you will have to remain above this line. So you will have to remain above this line also. And then you have this line y is equals to 2. Here you have inequality y is less than equals to 2. So first of all, I will draw that line y is equals to 2 because here the crocodile's back is towards y. So you have to remain below this line. So the area bounded by these three inequalities is this area, and we will name it as R. I hope you understand how this is done on the grid draw. Okay, so we are done with this. Question number 8 and its B part. He says the line L is perpendicular to the line 2y equals to x plus 4. The line L passes through the point 1, comma 8. Show that the equation of the line L is this. Okay, so first of all, I will find the gradient of this line. And once I know the gradient of this line, then I will find out the gradient of the perpendicular to this line. And that perpendicular passes to this 1, comma. Once I know the gradient and I know this point, I can find the equation of the L. You know, the equation of a line is given. So how you will find the gradient? You will make the y alone. And when the y is positive and alone on one side in that equation, on the other side, the coefficient of the x is the gradient. So 2y is equal to x plus 4. So y will be equals to 1 by 2 into x plus 4 by 2. So y is equals to 1 by 2 x plus 2. So the gradient here is 1 by 2. So that is the gradient of this line. The gradient of the line L, which is perpendicular to this line, the gradient of the perpendicular to this line will be the reciprocal of this, and you change the sign. So when you reciprocate it, it becomes 2, and you change the sign, that becomes minus 2. So the gradient of the line L, which is perpendicular to that line, it will be minus 2. And it passes through 1, comma 8. So I know the gradient of the line L, and I know one point through which it passes. So I can find the equation of that line. The equation of that line will be y minus y1 equals to m bracket x minus x1. M is minus 2. The x1, I'm using this point, is 1, and y1 is 8. Just substitute those values here. So you will have y minus 8 is equals to minus 2 bracket x minus 1. So it will be y minus 8 is equals to minus 2x plus 2. Y will be equals to minus 2x plus 2 plus 8. And y will be equals to minus 2x plus 10. So this is the equation of that line L, which is perpendicular to the line 2y equals to x plus 4. And it passes through 1, comma 10. So this is what you have to show. So we have shown it. So it's very simple, straightforward. Okay, then he says use an algebraic method. So this word is important. He wants us to use an algebraic method to find the coordinates of the point of the intersection of the line 2y is equals to x plus 4 and the y is equals to 23 minus 2x. So we have to find out the point of intersection. So these are the two straight lines. These are linear equations. So if you want to find out the point of intersection, you will have to solve them simultaneously. So here the y value is already in terms of x. So you just substitute that this y value here in the place of this y, and you will be able to solve it. So because here we know that the 2y is equals to x plus 4, and so in the place of y, I will substitute this value. I will substitute this value. So in the place of y, I will write 23 minus 2x. So you will have 46 minus 4x is equals to x plus 4. So it is minus 4x minus x is equals to 4 minus 46. So you will have minus 5x equals to minus 42. So you will minus minus cancel. So x will be equals to 42 divided by 5, and that is 8.4. So the value of the x is 8.4. Now in this equation, in the place of x, I will substitute 8.4. So you will have y is equals to 23 minus 2x. So y is equals to 23 minus 2 into 8.4. So you will have y is equals to 23 minus 16.8. So that will be 6.2. So the value of the x is 8.4, and the value of the y is 6.2. So the 8.4 and 6.2, these are the coordinates of that point. So let me check, where is that? Here we have. Yeah, 8.4. This is 8.4 and 6.2. So this is how this is done. This is the solution. Okay, so my dear students, we are done with the question number 8. We are going to the next question. That is question number 9. He says the volume of a pyramid is equals to 1/3 multiply base area multiply height. The diagram shows a pyramid with a rectangular horizontal base. The vertex F of the pyramid is vertically above the center of the base E. AB is 6.2 and the BC is 4.3. And he says the length of each sloping edge of the pyramid is 9.5 centimeter. Show that the height EF of the pyramid is 8.72 centimeter. Correct to 3 significant figures. Okay, so I want to find out this vertical height, which is in the middle, EF. So you know the base is a rectangle ABCD. So I will first of all find the AC. I will apply the Pythagoras on the ABC triangle. So I will find the length of the AC. Then I will divide that AC with 2. I will get the length of the AE. I know the sloping edge is 9.5, and the EC value or the AE value I know. Then I can apply the Pythagoras on the FEC triangle, which is a right angle triangle, and I will be able to find out the EF. This is the strategy on which I'm going to work and show that the height EF of the pyramid is 8.72 centimeter, correct? Okay, it's a 4 marks question, so let me show you. First of all, the floor, this ABCD rectangle, I'm going to apply the Pythagoras on the triangle ABC. This angle here at the B is 90. So AC is the hypotenuse. So hypotenuse square is equals to perpendicular square plus base square. AC square is equals to AB and AB square plus BC square. So AC square will be equals to 6.2 square plus 4.3 square. And AC square will be equals to 56.93. And then take square root on both the sides. So AC will be 7.55 centimeter. So once you know the AC, then the EC will be half of the AC. So the EC will be 1/2 of the 7.55, and that EC will be 3.77. So then this triangle EFEC is also a right angle triangle. You know the value of the EC, you know this hypotenuse FC, and that is 9.5. So you can very easily find the EF, which is the height of this pyramid. So EF square plus EC square is equal to FC square. FC is 9.5 square. EC is 3.77 and square plus EF square. So this is Pythagoras, and EF square will be equals to 90.25 minus 14.21, and EF square will be equal to 76.04. And when you take square root on both the sides, the EF will be equals to 8.72 centimeter. 8.72 centimeter is what you have to show. This is how this is done. Okay, so now we are going to the B part. He says calculate the volume of the pyramid. You know the volume of the pyramid is 1/3 into the base area into the height. The vertical height we just calculated, and that is 8.72. The area of the base is a rectangle whose length is 6.2 and whose width is 4.3. So 1/3 multiply 6.2 multiply 4.3 multiply 8.72, and that will be 77.49, which is 77.5. 77.5 centimeter cube. 77.5 centimeter cube is the right answer, sir. Okay. Now we are going to the next part. He says calculate the angle AFB. AFB. So basically they are asking me to find out A, F, and B. So I know this FB, that is 9.5. I know the FA, that is 9.5. AB is 6.2. So this is the triangle in which I want to find out this angle AFB. So this is the question on me. I'm going to use the law of cosine, and hopefully this is not that clear diagram. Okay, so I'm going to apply the law of cosine. So cos AFB will be equals to B square plus A square minus F square. That's in the numerator, and in the denominator we will have 2AB, and so you will have cos AFB will be equals to 9.5 square plus 9.5 square minus 6.2 square. And in the denominator, I will have 2 into 9.5 into 9.5. When you do this calculation, you will get 0.78703. So take shift cos of 0.78703, and that will be 38.1. So the angle AFB is 38.1, and that is the right answer, sir. 38.1. I have applied this thing. This is how this is done. Then the question is calculate the angle of the elevation of the F from the midpoint of the AV. Okay, so it's a little tricky. So from the midpoint of the AB, midpoint of the AB is this point. Suppose when you join this with here, you know the EF height, you can tell this how much is this. That is half of the 4.3. It will be a right angle triangle. You want to find out the angle of the elevation. So let me show you. So the M is the midpoint of the AB, and the ME length is 4.3 divided by 2, that is 2.15. I know the vertical height EF, that is 8.72. And they want me to find out this angle. This is the angle of elevation of the F from the midpoint of the AB. So I will apply the tan theta is equals to the perpendicular by the base, and that is 8.72 divided by 2.15. And that is 4.056. When you take its shift, if you take its tan inverse, you will get 76.15 degrees. So that is 76.2 degrees. 76.2 degrees is the right answer, sir. Hopefully you understand how I have done this. Okay, so my dear students, we are on the question number 10. He says here we have two circles. One is a small circle, the other one is a big circle. The diagram shows two circles that touch at C. AB and C are the points on the small circle. Center X, this is the center of this small circle. Okay. C, D, and E are the points on the large circle. Center Y, Y is the, okay, A, X, Y, A, X, C, Y, E. This is a straight line. And BCD, BCD is a straight line. He says, okay, so straight lines, and the YDE angle is X degrees. Their question is prove that the triangle BCX is similar to the triangle DCY. Give a reason for each statement. Okay, so we have to give a reason. You know, this angle and you know this angle, they both are equal to each other because they are vertically opposite angles. Suppose this is alpha, this will be also alpha. You know, this is radius, this is radius. So this triangle is an isotriangle. So this angle will be also how much? Alpha. Because this is radius and this is also radius, so this triangle is also isosceles triangle. If angle opposite to this side is alpha, the angle opposite to this side will be also it will be also, you know, alpha. So you can see here these two triangles, they have two angles same, so they are similar to each other. Angle similarity test. So we have to show, okay, these are the 3 marks question. Hopefully you understand. I hope you understand this. Okay, so this is alpha, this is also alpha because they are vertically opposite. Angle BCX is equal to DCY, they are vertically opposite. Angle CBX and the CDY, they both are the base angles of the isotriangle. So the triangle BCX is similar to the triangle ADC, a triangle DCY. Angle similarity test. I hope you understand. This is the simple, this is how you should have done this. Okay, this portion. This is how you should do. Or you can name them like this. This angle is same because they are vertically opposite. This angle is same because this is isotriangle. These are two radius. This angle and this angle is same there because they are iso. This is an isotriangle. So you can see in this triangle, these two angles and these two angles are same. So this is according to the uh, similarity test, angle similarity test. If two angles are same, then those two triangles are similar to each other. This is the best way to write this portion, but I wrote it here in a very detailed my detailed answer, and I hope you can understand this. You can also write, but this is the best way to write it. Simple this one. You don't need to write all this because I was just writing that. That's why I wrote it. He says find in terms of x the DCY. So they want me to find out the angle DCY. Which angle they want me? D, C, and Y. Okay. So if this angle is x, then you know this is also radius. And this angle will be x. Then I can find this angle from here, and from here, half of this angle will be this angle. Okay. So let me show you how I have done this. Okay. So the DYE is 180 minus x, and the DYE angle will be 180 minus 2x. And so once I know that DYE angle is 180 minus 2x, then I can tell this alpha. Alpha will be equals to DCY will be equals to half of the DYE. Angle at the circumference is two times. Angle at the center is 2 times angle at the circumference. So the angle at the circumference will be half of the angle at the center. So it is 1 by 2 of the 180 minus 2x. So it will become 90 minus x. So the DCY will be 90 minus x. I hope you understand. It is 90 minus x, and that's the right answer, sir. Okay, then their question is, what is the value of the BXA? They want me to find out the BX and A. So, you know, this is alpha, so this is also alpha. So I can tell how much is this, then I can tell how much is this. I know the value of this alpha. This alpha is this value, which we just calculated. So I can find the BXA. Okay, let me show you. The BXA angle is BXA plus BXC equals to 180. That's a straight line. BXA will be equals to 180 minus BXC was 2x because the alpha is equals to x. So it will be 180 minus 2x. So it will be 180 minus 2x. BXC angle. BXC is 2x. You can see I have just calculated here. If you want to know, I have done this calculation also. And you can see from here, BXC is 2x actually. So it is 180 minus 2x, a little tricky question. Then he says that's okay, BC is 3.5 centimeter, CX is 3.2 centimeter, CD is 5.6 centimeter. Find the length of AE. So these values are given. Because, you know, XC divided by the YC is equals to the XB divided by the YD equals to the BC divided by the DC. These are those similar triangles, and XC value is 3.2, YC value is we don't know. So I will write it YC, and XB value is 3.2 divided by the YD and equals to BC is 3.5, the DC is 5.6. So I want to find out the AE value. So I will first of all find the YD. So I will take this. So the YD will be equal to 5.6 into 3.2 divided by the 3.5. So the YD value will be 5.12. YC and the YD, they both are equal to each other. You can see here YD and the YC, they both are the radius of the large circle. So they both are equals to 5.12. Now I want to find out the AE. The AE will be equals to, I can show you from here. AE will be the AX plus the XC plus the CY plus the CYE. And you can see the AE will be equals to the AX plus the XC plus the CY plus the YE. AX is the radius of the small circle, XC is also the radius of the small circle, CY is the radius of the large circle, and YE is the radius of the large circle. So 3.2 plus 3.2 plus 5.12 plus 5.12, and that will be 16.64. So 16.64 is my answer, sir. And let me show you, this is coming from those similar triangles. These triangles, these two triangles which are similar to each other. So hopefully this answer is right. 16.4 is the right answer, sir. This last question is very tricky. So let me show you the whole question. You can hopefully, I have to reduce the size so much. So basically here, this was enough, but I did these calculations. It was very easy, only this is enough. Then this one, and I hope you understand. So my dear students, today in this video, we have done the solution of the October-November 2018 2-2 paper. This last question was a bit tricky. I hope you understand. If you find this video useful, if you find this video interesting, if you think that this video can help you, this can help your class fellows, it can help your junior students, it can help your teacher, please share the link of this video onto your Facebook, onto your Twitter account, onto your Instagram, onto your TikTok, everywhere on all your social media, onto your Facebook. Because when you do this, when you like this video, when you subscribe to my channel, when you share the link of this video with your friend, this helps me to promote my channel, and this helps me in other ways also, so that I can continue this work. So I hope this will help you. This video will touch the life of so many students around the globe. So thank you very much, everyone. Please share this video. Have a good day. God bless you all.